Hare Krishna. Hare Bol. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna 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 Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Oh. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama.
Thanks for using.
Okay. I want to see more devotion. Weren't you asking the question about devotion? Do you actually know what it is? You know what its symptoms are? Yeah, I remember you asking that question just recently. I was looking at that. Yeah. Devotion's many varieties. Not what you always think in your mind. You know, it's like people when they say Jesus. I just want to see Jesus. And if Jesus came, they wouldn't recognize. You know, it's like incarnations of the Lord. They have an idea what the Lord was or is and all this, a picture, but they don't know. You know. So anyway, devotion is a variegated symptoms. Okay, let's chant some japa first. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare. If you want to see more devotion, Kevin, this is what the answer coming to me. Come more often. Come more often, get purified, and then you'll see more devotion. So, yeah, just come regularly, and then it'll all come naturally, and it won't be what you think, because you cannot conceive of what devotion really is. It's beyond the mind, you know, it's personal awakening and experience of something sublime. Yeah, so come regularly, get purified, and then, you know, then we'll see if you really want to see devotion. If you don't follow the process, you won't see the kind of devotion that's here. But if you follow the process, you probably will. I say probably because it depends on you. It depends on what you want, what comes up. But if you really want devotion, really want the Lord, if you really want what a lot of the devotees are getting here, just come here regularly. Yeah. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Krishna. Let's see, let's read something. Let's read some Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhaktavinda. What is this? Krishna. This one's Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Let's try Divinity and Divine Service, Chapter 2, Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Ugrasvara Sutta Goswami, the son of Ramana Maharshi, being fully satisfied by the perfect questions of the Brahmins, thanked them and thus attempted to reply. Sri Sutta Goswami said, "Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto that great sage, Shukadev Goswami. Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto that great sage, Shukadev Goswami, who can enter the hearts of all." When he went away to take up the renounced order of life sannyas, leaving home without undergoing the reformation by the sacred thread or the ceremonies observed by the higher castes, his father Vyasadeva, fearing separation from him, cried out, "O my son!" Indeed, the only trees which were absorbed in the same feelings of separation echoed in response to the bereaved father. I'm always amazed. Why did I choose this chapter? It's funny that Krishna's in charge of everything. He really is. This is like, this devotee was saying, you're not in the real line. See, you're not in the real line. And where's your Diksha Guru? Where's your Diksha Guru? Okay? So where was Shukadev Goswami's Diksha Guru? Right here. So he didn't undergo the reformation ceremony of the sacred thread, which you get, right? When you get initiation, they make you a Brahmin, give you the sacred thread. He didn't do that. He had the symptoms of already being a liberated soul. He even heard Srimad Bhagavatam with great pleasure. Okay? In other words, he had real bhakti, real devotion. Okay? He didn't have to wait to go through, get the thread and study the Vedas, and you still don't have devotion. He had it already from the. If he didn't have it right from the womb, he got it from listening to Srimad Bhagavatam. He could relish that nectar from hearing from his father these transcendental subject matters. So the real line is, you got to look. You can't see people are looking for in the line. They're looking for something official. Okay? So who is your guru? Where is the real line? Okay? And this is a misunderstanding. Just like in our own line, I'm not sure about this, but I'm pretty sure that we don't know clearly who Gorkashore Das Babaji's guru was, or even Jagannath Das Babaji. Jagannath Das Babaji lived for 137 years. But our line accepts him because those who are actually intelligent, not like Vaidhi Bhaktas, just beginners, and they think of externals. Who initiated you? Who gave you your guru and all that? Yeah. See, the real acharyas think differently. They look by symptoms. They look, well, wait a second, Jagannath Das Babaji and Gokishwara Das Babaji, they showed the symptoms of having real devotion. See, our acharyas look in the scriptures and they can tell, oh yeah, these are the symptoms of devotees who are liberated souls. They're not thinking, well, who is their guru? You know how many mundane devotees there are still? Mundane being neophyte. Do you know how many neophyte devotees there are? Millions. And they've been initiated. See, you're looking at the wrong standard. People need to look at what are the symptoms of this person. Is he a liberated soul? Does he have the symptoms? Do they agree with the verdicts of the Shastras? But most of the neophytes, they can't even discern that. They can't even understand these things. Okay? It's just like Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. He could see that Lord Chaitanya was a liberated soul. He had the symptoms of ecstatic devotion. Okay? He looked by symptoms. Okay? So this is the teaching here. I've always been inspired by the internal understanding. Just like simple thing, people say, "Okay, Gohari, are you bona fide?" This is a big thing coming up now, right? They've been saying this for years. Gohari, are you bona fide? You don't. Where is your guru? Who is your initiating spiritual master? Did you get permission to do all this thing? See, permission, like you need permission to do this. Well, you sort of do. They look like that. And you know how I look? I just look at the internal messages of Lord Chaitanya's teachings. I look at what he said and how he taught. And anybody else, if you hear here, you're going to start looking on internal symptoms also. You're going to look at like when Lord Chaitanya put up this drama, this scenario, and he asked his devotee. He said, "Is your son your father, or is your father your son?" This is how you want to. You want to know who is really bona fide. Follow this teaching and not these teachings of neophytes, and that includes so many in the Gaudiya Vaishnavism. They're all looking about who is Bhaktisiddhanta's guru. A lot of people, they don't even accept him as guru. They don't even look at his symptoms of ecstatic bhakti. They don't even care about that. They're thinking about who gave him the cloth. How come he's wearing orange instead of white cloth? And they're all this external stuff. I'm sick of it, man. I don't agree with it. I'm going to be boldly telling people the way it really is. And these explanations are going to make more sense than any of this baloney they've been teaching in Vaishnavism. All this external bhakti they're trying to say is the real thing. It's ridiculous. And aren't you fed up with this, Lalita? This ridiculous external bhakti? Well, anyway, I'm going to tell them a thing or two. I'm going to teach real teachings of Lord Chaitanya, the postgraduate, whether people like it or not. Let those Mathura Dasas and all their associates, which are many millions of them, let them go on, and we'll go on, and we'll be the happiest they've seen. I will never give up this path. I like to see the internal truths, don't you? What is the internal truth? Well, you want to know who's really a bona fide guru? It's very simple. Lord Chaitanya in a story. Lord Chaitanya asked the father, "Is your son your father, or are you the father of your son?" Okay? So why did he ask that question? Because he wants to prove what is a real line, who's a real guru, who's a real intimate associate of his. So the father is very intelligent, was a real devotee. He had real bhakti, and he answered correctly. He said, "Well, actually, my son is my guru. My son is my spiritual master. My son, because your mercy was first on him." See, what was that mercy? Bhakti, ecstatic devotion of the variety of Lord Chaitanya Nityananda shown. That's what people should be looking at. Where is that kind of bhakti, man? Where are the symptoms of that bhakti in the temple, in a body? And nothing, oh, who's your guru? That's so external. It's so ridiculously childish. Don't you think? No, Lord Chaitanya said, the father said, "Yeah, my son is my guru, my spiritual master, because I and the whole village received devotion to Krishna, like the kind that you have, that we see, came through my son first. He is my guru, he's my spiritual master." And Lord Chaitanya said, yes, it is correct. Those who awaken devotion to Krishna are certainly, no doubt, certainly the spiritual master. So these guys, they're all telling you, well, because we've been in an official position and we've been initiated by so-and-so and we got our sacred thread. But they can't awaken devotion to Krishna like we've been awakening here in devotees like Johan and Lalita Ganga and Janaki and on and on and on and on. They can't do it. Not even one can do it. Not even one. And they say, I'm not bona fide. It's ridiculous, isn't it? You got to see the internal truth taught by Lord Chaitanya. Yes, it is correct. Those who awaken devotion to Krishna are certainly the spiritual master. And then the next question should be, what is devotion to Krishna? What are its symptoms? But you think Mathura Das could ask that question? No, he can't, because he doesn't listen here. He listens to his friends out there who have gurus who don't know these things that we know. They think you're so smart. You go and there's so many like him. So many looking. Where's that thread? Where's your guru? Is your guru? You think these gurus he got initiated by had real devotion to Krishna? They couldn't do that. He's an example of not getting real bhakti, needing shiksha like here. You get my drift? You see where Vaishnavism is? It's very much like Moses' teaching, very external. Now for a Jesus message, like Jesus-like message in Vaishnavism, which we give about the internal symptoms. You must be born again in order to perceive the kingdom of God. Born again, you come here, you're born of this word, of somebody who is born again, who actually has some spiritually awakened senses. You could see with your own eyes. You could see by the realization is better than these external devotees. These guys, they're little whippersnappers, little children. And they think they know all about bhakti. Anyway, anybody with any intelligence listens here knows that this is a better understanding, more deep, wouldn't you say? More in line with the real truth. Yes, it is correct. Those who awaken devotion to Krishna, which are symptomized by crying, by laughing, by choking, just like you see in devotees like Lalita and Johan, that kind of bhakti, that's devotion to Krishna. I dare anybody to say anything different. I've had enough of these baloney passers